Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yeah.
Party rock?
Yeah.
It feels party rockish.
Party rocking in the house tonight.
I heard that Party Rock, the main guy with the fro,
Yeah.
is like a famous person's kid.
Let's
Where
find
did I
out.
see that?
Party rocking.
What are the members? It's a group, isn't it? It's not just that one guy.
LAMFAO.
Who's the head guy? He's like what's that called? Nepotism. He's a nepotism industry baby.
Members. Red
That guy.
Foo.
Who's his dad?
Daddy.
Who is his parents? Barry Gordy. He's like a
Motown
famous,
founder.
yeah. It's the only reason those motherfuckers were on our radio every day for it's too long.
I'm sexy and I
Know it.
Oh wow, okay, microphone. You scared of me? You a little nervy?
Nervous? Microphone? Wow.
Oh, nervy
I
nerves.
just combed my hair upside down so it would have volume. Didn't work.
Me too. My gosh.
See how small my lips just got? My lips were sweet. Your lips.
I would
smell.
actually like if you don't talk about having small lip moments in front of me.
Smile. Smile up close to the camera. Do a regular smile.
Okay.
I feel like they can hear my lips.
It's there, but it's small.
Smile like this.
But it's there when I'm not smiling.
Is it?
But no, there's people that straight up like that.
Usually their names are Susan, Karen, Janet's. I feel like Janet's never have lips. Except for Janet Jackson. She's got lips. But white Janet's, they ain't got no lips. He's drinking cranberry and Malibu right now.
It's
I don't
light,
have alcohol in my house.
but it's just a weird taste.
So shout out to Bria and Ashley for leaving that rum here last time they were here. Otherwise, what would Max do without you?
You sober.
Sober.
Which isn't bad.
Boring! So,
Says-
let's talk about drugs and alcohol.
Sydney loves to drink.
I do not. I
She's
don't.
an
first
avid
of all,
drinker.
I quit drinking because for no other reason than I could not hang anymore. After I had my son, something weird happened to my insides, and every time I drank an alcohol, I was hungover for the next 7 days. So I was like, this is stupid. It's not worth it. I can't hang, and I'm tired of pooping. So I just decided it was better to not drink alcohol anymore. I am not an alcoholic. I am not a sober. I just can't handle it. So I choose not to drink. That's it. That's really it.
I bet you
miss it.
get people that think you're straight up like recovering.
When I got my job at the museum, it was in the events department, and they asked me if I had any knowledge of wine, and when I told them I don't drink, my boss was like, are you okay to be around alcohol? And I was like, I'm not a fucking addict. I just choose not to drink. I know that sounds insane, but that's the first thing people
That's
think.
society,
They think I
yeah.
have a problem, or like I'm like sober, and
You
I'm like,
choose
I'm
not to have fun?
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't drink, guys. And they're like, I've never heard that. When I moved into my apartment, my neighbors offered me a drink, and I was like, oh, I don't drink. And they literally were like, I've never heard that before. And I was like, okay. So yeah,
Okay.
I don't
My
have a
uncle
problem
doesn't
with
drink.
drinking. I miss drinking. Some of my best times were shit-faced. So I miss those days. I just can't hang anymore. Wish I could, can't, not
So,
worth it.
speaking of can't hanging, when you like first start drinking when you're younger, and then your parents and stuff are like, just wait till you grow up, those hangovers won't be as smooth anymore, and you're like, okay, well, 27, and it'll knock me out for 2 or 3 days, easy.
I used to, when I did drink a lot, like, first of all, who waits till they're 21? So I was like 19, 20, getting fucking bent, and all I would eat that day is like a bag of hot Cheetos, and I could like kill a fifth by myself, and I'd be fine. Wake up the next day at 8 a.m.
Go for a jog.
Ready to do it again. And when I stopped drinking, it's been like, I haven't had a single beverage in like a year, but I had like when I go to I go to the lake house in the summer, like sometimes I'll try to have like a few like light drinks. So I did that last summer, and that was last time. I was like, nah. So I haven't had anything to drink in like a year, but it's probably been like 2 or 3 years that I just haven't really been drinking like that. But the last time I got drunk was probably like 3 years ago, and I was hungover for days.
Mine was last weekend, and it was rough.
I don't know how people like throwing up. Why do it? I don't get it. Pooping all day. Why?
Yeah, I mean, if you can still have, not if you can still, you can still have fun without drinking and going to a party, but there is a line.
Yeah, I
because
it.
you're the only sober one, and then as they continue to get
I'm not
drunker,
sober. I'm just not drunk.
Just not drunk. You're right.
And to clear that up, it's weed.
Yeah,
it's just weed. It's just weed.
We're stopping right there.
Yeah,
but you know what I was gonna say. So
yeah, some of my
they get drunker and then you're still sober, so then it becomes annoying because they're hanging all over you and like.
I don't
love you. I can't. Funny. I cannot. I'm like, get off of me.
Because usually I'm pretty stoned, so it's fine. I'm like, okay, yeah, I love each other. But
love and stuff.
Yeah, love. I'm not usually around the only people. First of all, I don't have friends, so like if I am around you and you're drunk, I probably like you a lot already anyway. It's not like I'm at the bar and people are like, "Girl," like I'm not in that situation anyway, so it's fine. For me, it's fine. But I do heavily avoid anywhere where there's gonna be lots of drunk people. I'm like, nah, I'm not with that because
you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and then it's just too much. COVID still. I know we pretend it's not here anymore, but it is. And I just don't want people touching me and shit. So I just actively avoid large gatherings, especially if there's alcohol involved. Like, it's St. Patrick's Day, the weekend right now. And people are in Chicago. And
annihilated.
I'm not. My husband's in Chicago at the convention. And I was like, what a fucking weekend to be there. Drunk people everywhere. Yikes. No thanks. So, yeah, gross. But, miss it dearly. I wish I could. I'd be...
What was your favorite drink?
Anything brown.
Do you remember when we went to our old coworker's party and you went and got Hennessy? And we went to that girl's friend's house first?
Yep. That was fun.
That was fun.
That was a fun night. Yeah,
that was my first and last time trying Hennessy.
Yeah, like anything. I quit drinking before Hennessy went out of style. But like Hennessy, Douce, like anything dark.
What do you mean went out of style? Why is it out of style?
It's not out of style, but Hennessy was like hot when I was drinking it. That's why I was drinking it. It wasn't because I enjoyed it. But like I like cognac, I like whiskey, like brown liquor. I can't do light liquor. I have done light liquor, but that.
Did you ever get into that, like the UV blue phase, or was that just Montcalm County?
With y'all, I never had it outside of with y'all.
My dad used to drink it all the time with Mountain Dew. Like that was his go-to.
Oh
drink.
Yeah, Logan drinks those. He calls them Dooskies.
Dooskies.
UV and Mountain Dew.
I'm a vodka guy. Like if I'm gonna drink alcohol, it's gonna be vodka.
Vodka makes you want to fuck.
Makes me cry.
Makes me.
Tequila makes me
want to fuck.
No, tequila makes me like an emotional ass. You can say one wrong thing to me and I'm like, get out of my house in my life.
In my life.
And then I'll wake up the next day and probably not talk to you for a little bit because I'll be like, ooh.
Tequila always hit me bad. Like tequila made me drunk in 2 seconds and then
tequila shots, picklebacks, anybody? Pickle juice with tequila? Most people do it with Jameson, but I can't do dark liquors. When I started drinking, I started out with Jack Daniels, warm, straight, and I'll just drink it right out of the bottle. Oh God, I can't even smell it now. And so I don't like to do dark liquors. My brother is a avid Jaeger bomber.
Oh, never again. You know who you are. You threw up on me after you drank a whole bunch of fucking Jaeger in the car, so I couldn't even escape it. I had just bought that fucking Nike hoodie and I loved it, and you ruined it.
Jaeger's the worst. Jaeger's like one of the first times I like really got drunk and really threw up afterwards. Like
Jaeger and Red Bull.
Wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even smell Red Bull now because of that.
I can do a straight shot of Jaeger.
But if I
smell Red Bull, I'm done. I can taste it in my mouth all of a sudden. I'm just like, and then people just like people that drink Jaeger bombs and then also drink energy drinks, and when they still choose Red Bull, I'm like, I can't drink cranberry juice alone anymore. Like only with vodka because I'm gonna taste the vodka without it, and if I'm not, it's just gonna be gross.
It's not a good time. I feel like
I'm gonna associate the flavors.
Both of the times I blacked out was from mixed drinks, like fruity mixed drinks. That's why.
Or mixing in general, like you start with something and then you
I never did
mix,
that.
go from clears to darks to
No.
beers to.
My dad taught me at a very young age, you do not mix that shit. Like if I started the night drinking this, that's what I'm drinking for the rest of the night. And if we run out of it, I'm not drinking anymore. But both of the times I blacked out, it was like a mixed drink, like in a bowl, and that was like the
trash
situation.
cans.
Yeah,
those have 50 different half gallons in it, and then some juice.
The first time, you know what? I'm lying. The first time I blacked out, it was okay. Short story time. I was in school in Indiana, and I didn't go home for Thanksgiving, and there was a local girl. Shout out Brittany, if you're watching this. She was local, and she took me to like a house party. There was no women there, and all dudes, and they had really cheap, like gross, like E&J or something disgusting like that. And they had one thing of like this apple vodka for the girls, which included us two. So we drank like that whole bitch. And then I got home.
Apple vodka?
Yeah, it was horrible. And I got home and I vividly remember being in her car. She was dropping me off in front of my building. And I was like, I don't even feel drunk, do you? And she was like, nope. And then I woke up the next morning, vomit everywhere. And I was like...
That's the worst kind of drunk, was when
What
you go
happened?
to bed, you don't feel, like, in that moment, you're like, oh, I don't even feel that drunk.
I
And
don't
you wake
remember
up and
getting
you're like,
in my house.
what happened?
I remember the car, and I woke up, and there was literally, like, vomit in my bed, next to my bed, in my closet, in the bathtub, in the toilet, in the sink, in my closet. Who throws up in your closet? I got phone calls the whole next day. Like, they were like, you were so funny last night. I was like, when did I talk to you? Like,
Who
I
are
had no
you?
clue. My text messages was literally just like lines and lines and lines, like the whole. I was like, I don't remember any of this. And then the second time I blacked out, I was at my aunt's house and she had like a mixed thing and a Gatorade thing. I don't even know what was in there. I was just. And last thing I remember there is my cousin's girlfriend had a new puppy, and I had on a sundress, and I put the puppy in my sundress because I wanted to steal it, and I was like, come on, we're out of here. And that's the last thing I remember.
We're out of here.
And then my brother, forgive me, Aries, at the time, he was probably like 6 or 7.
Poor guy.
And he tells me that at one point in the night, I had no pants on. I was throwing up on myself, and when my mom tried to help me, I was like, Grandma, I know how to throw up on myself. And
Oh my
wouldn't let her
gosh.
help me. So he has that memory, which is great. I'm really
Which is
glad,
fantastic.
I'm really glad he got to see me like that in all of my glory. But other than that, I've always been a very careful drinker, and I didn't ever, the only times I ever really got fucked up was from like gin. And it kind of like snuck up on me.
I've never really, I've tried gin, but it's too pine needle-y for me.
Did you go through a Wiz Khalifa phase with the rest of the stoners or no? Were you weren't a stoner yet?
I
when
was
Wiz
late.
out? Okay, so Wiz he encouraged lemonade in Bombay. It was like his thing. So all from like my senior year of high school, probably like a 2-year period, like I was just like lemonade in Bombay because I like Wiz. And Bombay is a gin, and it makes you real blurry. That was one of the only times when I was drunk and I was like, I can't see anything. This is what drunk is, huh? Like, that's what happened.
I don't really allow myself to get blackout anymore because, I mean, I've only done it twice, but
Me too.
I don't.
Tell your two
I don't
stories.
like it. So the first time, okay. So the first time I was 18. It was my 18th birthday party.
Wow, underage drinking.
At my father's house, we were not driving. We had a place to stay. It was
You weren't
safe.
driving. Was everyone else driving?
Nope, everyone stayed the night. It was just family. It wasn't like friends and stuff. It was just family.
Wow, encouraged groups of underage drinking. Nice.
Yeah,
What's your
but
dad's name? Dave.
Dave.
Real nice, Dave.
But they were
Just kidding.
feeding me Jaeger, and I was hammered. And I wake up in my bunk bed the next day. Mouth just tastes like throw up. Not sure what's going on. I'm sitting at breakfast, and then I'm told that my twin brother said, "Hey, Dad," because I'm throwing up over in the yard somewhere. And my brother goes, "I'll give you $1 if you go give Max a wedgie while he's throwing up." And he did. My own father for $1
Wow.
gave me a wedgie while I was throwing up. I don't remember any of it, so that's fine. And then
What
in
year was
high
that
school,
then? No one had a camera phone? 2012. Somebody didn't record this?
No one took a picture or nothing.
Wow.
First time I got drunk, well, one of the first times I got drunk was at a track party. It was a party for the track team, but for the boys. And I was like, okay, Max, this is your time to shine. Like, be cool, hold your own. So I brought my own little thing of vodka. Hammered. In like an hour, hammered. Passed out next to the bonfire. Wake up in the back of somebody else's car with my, like, I woke up to leg cramps. So I had to, like, open the door so I could stretch out my whole body.
He's 6'4".
I'm 6'4". And then I find out that...
What kind of car are you in?
A Malibu, like
nice.
a Chevy Malibu.
Nice.
And then I find out that...
That's a wee back seat.
The captain, I think he was the captain, I don't know. Apparently teabagged me in my sleep.
Dream come true.
Joke's on him. No, but...
Best memory of high school.
That was super
when the track
fun.
captain teabagged me while I was
it was
super
super cool that I was like, okay, I'm finally a part of a team. By my junior year of high school, I'm gonna show these guys that I'm a guy too.
I can do it.
Annihilated, sleeping in an hour. I'm like, what happened last night?
All my good drunk stories are not about me; they're about my friends, because my friends are drunks. They're alcoholics, including Max. But yeah, all my good drunk stories aren't me. I was.
One time I peed my pants while I was sleeping. Woke up, drove to someone else's house, slept in their spare bed.
In your pee pants?
In my pee pants.
Nice.
Woke up, went to my other friend's house at 3 in the afternoon. Still in my pee pants.
Nice.
Walk right in those doors and say, "What's up, everybody? I'm awake." And then my brother goes, "Did you pee your pants?"
You said.
And I said, "No." And I looked down and I peed my pants. Big old wet spot. I'm like, how did I drive?
Dry in all that time.
I drove. Maybe I re-soaked them in the process.
Maybe I peed.
Maybe I didn't pee the first bed and it was only the second bed. I don't know. But that was embarrassing.
Whose bed was it?
It's Danny's
Nice.
parents' spare bedroom.
Even better.
Yeah.
Guest room. That's what I like to hear.
But he said there wasn't. I didn't pee that bed, so I must have peed my own bed. But
Did you check your bed?
yeah, and it was fine. So
When did you pee?
I don't know. When
I think you were peeing the whole time while you were walking around.
Just peeing.
Just peeing. Did your car smell like pee? Where'd you pee, Max?
Where did I pee?
When
I
did
peed
the
my
pee
pants.
occur?
Maybe I was laying up and my pants were super absorbent.
They were really thick jeans. They were Wranglers.
They were Carhartt shorts, so... or not Carhartt, but khaki shorts.
Right.
It was rough, but it was fun.
So
It's a good little story. You gotta laugh at yourselves, people.
speaking of
Intoxication.
there
There are other forms of intoxication that are not liquor or beer.
I spent the first 3 years of Max and I's friendship in his bedroom and or his brother's bedroom, smoking so much weed that
Well, our buddy was... He had a plug.
Listen to this.
My mom was dropping me off at college, and then when she got home, there was a kid waving his arm out my bedroom window, and he goes, "Hey, Mama Simon," and she goes, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And he goes, "Oh, Spencer didn't tell you I'm moving in. I moved in." Nope. And then he lived with us for 1.5 years, 2 years.
And he was also the weed man. We would go hang out at Max's house and then walk on down the hallway and get some weed from the guy who lived there, and then go back in the other room and smoke it all the time. And it was great. So
Long story short,
we smoked a lot of weed, and it was good times.
it was good times.
Great times. Shout out our friend David. We used to have so many adventures in pole times.
All night, all-nighters,
so-
talking, yelling so loud to just make sure you're being heard over everybody else.
So high the whole time.
And I miss those like careless early days where you're like, at that point in time, none of us were really worrying about anything other than like just being young.
We were all working to get enough money to buy more weed.
Just to hang out.
Just to hang out with each other.
Which isn't great.
It was fun though.
But it was
a good
fun.
time.
I mean, we're all in good places now.
We did okay.
You know, we're good.
We're doing all right.
And you gotta. Everybody lives those days, and they just don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's okay.
But everybody has those few years. Those stupid times. That's called being a kid.
One time,
A young adult.
One time, Max and I, when you were at Ferris, we got super baked that one night. I went to jail. That was fun. That was a good time. I got arrested with
MIPs.
MIP.
Also, thank you, David.
Yeah.
Cops!
Wow. Yep, went to jail.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about him going to jail.
I didn't go to jail.
Him.
I went to jail. He didn't go to jail.
Oh, yeah, he didn't go to jail. Racism.
Mecosta County Police Department.
That's on
That
God right there, too.
Racism. I'm going to tell the story. Let's tell the story.
Do it.
So,
now we have to.
We were Ferris State University. It is in Big Rapids, Michigan.
It was like welcome weekend.
It was welcome
2014.
So many people there. So many people there. Like literally, like there's like a whole block where it's just like frat houses and shit. So we're just like party hopping, whatever, having a great time. Walking down the street. I'm the only black girl in the group. There was 4 of us walking down the street.
No, there was
together.
like 6
5
or
or 6 of
7.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the only black person in the group, and police pull us over, ask us for IDs and shit. I gave them I was 20, and I was like months away from my birthday, so I gave them the wrong year. I was like 1992, and I didn't have my ID on me. So when they ran it, they were like, "You're a liar." Another friend that was with us, who shall not be named, ran into the bushes, was hiding, and he was fine. They were like.
They found him and sat him next to us.
Handcuffed him and sat him down on the sidewalk and was like, "Hey, you, don't do that anymore. But you, ma'am,
jail."
And then they took me to jail. But then Morgan bailed me out. Shout out to Morgs.
Shout out to Morgan. Yeah, we were sitting in that waiting room just like.
I was so drunk.
Can you please let our friend out?
I was so drunk. And I had on the tiniest outfit ever. To be sitting, I don't know if you've ever been to jail, but the rooms are cold. There's they give you, if they do give you a blanket, it is this thin. That thin of a blanket. And it's the worst. So I had on like a tissue square of a shirt and a skirt that was also that big. And it was ridiculous. Remember that phase when people wore the leggings that were like
kind of see-through?
No, when they were like had hooks, like they were like the thigh was out. Remember when they were, like garter, like a garter thing?
I think so.
That you wear with underwear. It was like leggings.
Oh yeah.
That had like garter things. That's the kind of leggings I had on. Remember there were those striped white ones and they flipped. I looked fucking good though, but
in jail,
cold, very cold.
Very
Both
cold.
times I went to jail, very cold. So
weird. You think they have
very fucking cold.
better heating?
No, I'm saying that conditions. You wouldn't think they were. I'm saying the first time I went to jail, got out 2 a.m, downtown to Chicago. No buses running, so I can't get back to where I need to get to. First snow of the year. I'm like, really? This is so much fun. This is exactly what I thought my jail experience would be like. But both times hammered, so it wasn't that bad. Don't go to jail.
Don't go to Big Rapids.
It's not fun. Yeah, don't go to Big Rapids. Especially if you're black. Get out of there.
It's not worth it.
Get out. You're in the sunken place.
It's like in a valley. It's so dark, quiet, cold.
If there wasn't a college there, there'd be nothing there but meth heads and Karens.
That's it. And old people that have lived there since day one.
Meth heads and cows. I was thinking about that though. I think that was the same weekend. The reason I brought that up was because we got super, super high one time and watched the Cheetah Girls and it was awesome.
Cheetahs.
We are sisters. We stand together.
And together.
We make
Oh. As I said, we make up one big family, though we don't look the same.
our spots are different.
Different colors. So yeah, Cheetah Girls. Cheetahs.
I was the curly haired one. Adrienne Bailon. I always wanted to be her.
I always wanted to be Raven.
Of course you did.
Clearly.
I was like, I'm not the Beyonce of the group, but I could be the Kelly.
You don't think you'd be the Beyonce of a group?
I mean, thank you for saying it like that, but I'm not comfortable with being the Beyonce of the group. I'd actually be the Michelle in actuality. I'd be like, nah, and awkward, and falling down on stage, and nobody would give a fuck. That'd be me in reality, but I'd like to be. I'm the Beyonce of my own life, but if there was an actual group, I would not be Beyonce. In my head, I would be, but
no,
I'm not capable of Beyonce.
All
That is my
right.
favorite Michael Michael Scott quote though. I am Beyonce always.
I am Beyonce
Beyonce
always.
always. Okay? Period.
Michael Scott.
What a good dude, you know? I love him. He's such a good guy. He means well. He has a big heart. I'm so happy he found Holly. They have kids now. I'm just really happy for the whole situation, you know?
Good old Holly.
Good for him.
As soon as she came into the show, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the end for him. Because
she's in another thing. And I can never remember what it is, but I saw her in that thing first. And then I was like, hey, that's a lady from that thing. And now I only see her as Holly, and I can never remember what the original thing was. So if you remember what Holly was in before she was in The Office, drop it in the comments, because I can't ever remember it. And I could just Google her and figure out what stuff she's been in, but I don't want to. I want it to happen organically.
my mom's that way.
So tell me organically in the comments, so I could be like,
thank you.
that was it. That was it the whole time. So speaking of Cheetah Girls, Disney movies, let's get into them. Remember
Let's
that one
get
yesterday,
into 'em.
Brink, that skate one we were talking about? We couldn't
Yeah.
think of the name of it, and we thought we had it. What'd you say? You were like, skate hard. And I was like,
Skate hard.
That's it. That's the one. That's what I'm thinking of. But it was called Brink, and it was so good.
And the
and
blonde hair kid with the... What is that, like that 90s haircut?
one?
Yeah.
That one. You know who I was super into?
Melt.
Ethan from Lizzie McGuire.
I was always a Gordo fan.
I liked present day Sydney likes Gordo. 6th grade Sydney wanted Ethan's
That's probably true.
dick in my mouth.
Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom.
Silver hair, green eyes.
Would he be an albino? If Danny Phantom was a real person, he'd be an albino, right? With the white hair.
In ghost form. In
What?
human form, though, he had black hair.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying if Danny Phantom was a real person in his ghost form, he would be an albino.
Yeah, for sure.
Is he still hot as an albino?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think there are definitely some hot albinos. Very...
Are there albino white people?
would we just... Gingers?
Are gingers albino white people?
I'm sure.
I'm not.
Okay, well, I guess not. I mean, you want to call like a polar bear an albino. But they don't.
We're about to feel real dumb. No. Are these white people? Can albinos be white? Although some have brown or ginger hair. All of these albino people that they're showing, though, look black.
Mm-hmm.
Except for him. Is he an albino? So towheads are albinos.
Oh! No.
That's a black guy.
That's a white kid.
I feel like that's makeup. There we go. Is that an albino white person?
I would think so. I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either. If
Yeah.
you're an albino white person, send me a picture of you. So albino people are white sometimes. Didn't know that. I didn't
Did
know that
not
they
know
made
that.
albino white people.
Did
Gingers.
back on Disney.
How do you? Oh, are we back on Disney?
Oh,
What was your? I was just gonna say, how do you feel about gingers? I feel like.
I feel bad that people shit on them all the time.
Oh, okay.
Because there are
Way to clean that up.
one of my nearest and dearest friends is a ginger. Gorgeous. She's gorgeous. She's got this just thickest red hair, green eyes. My friend Allie,
Oh, the one in
Colorado. Yeah, gorgeous.
Shout out to you, girl.
Yes.
I
it's
feel
just
like-
like everybody. If they're, someone's like,
I feel like hot gingers for sure exist, but the odds are against you.
is considered a hot ginger to me is like their skin's pale but a little like
Rosy.
yeah,
Rosy.
and then their red's a little darker.
Yeah. There are
Woo!
gingers.
Green
though.
eyes.
I feel like all gingers have green eyes.
I think-
Do they not? I think that's a requirement for being a ginger. You know who's a hot ginger? The lady from Mad Men, Christina Hendricks. I don't know if that's her real name. I might have just made that
Trying to
up.
think of a hot ginger.
Who's a hot famous ginger? What's her name?
Oh, what's his name from Grey's Anatomy? The
Oh,
doctor.
no. Euphoria. He's a hot ginger. He's ginger.
Fez?
Yeah.
Oh, then yes,
In
yes,
real
he
life,
is.
he's a hot ginger. He looks like Mac Miller to me.
Mm-hmm.
But Mac Miller was not hot.
Ooh.
You think Mac Miller was hot?
I think he was hot in a way.
He was hot in a way, but he wasn't like, fuck me.
Right.
He wasn't hot like Idris Elba's hot.
Right.
I look at Idris Elba and my panties hurt.
The cloth hurts.
It's physically painful. I'm like, shit. What was I gonna Google? Hot gingers?
Ginger eye
Doesn't
color.
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Shout out to you, gingers. We're rooting for you.
We are.
Yeah.
If you're
Stay out of
single,
the sun. SPF 8000. Get into it.
hit me up.
So, what was your favorite Disney movie ever? I'll answer for you. Johnny Tsunami.
False. Favorite Disney movie ever?
Not Disney.
Disney original.
Disney original, like Disney.
Disney
Channel.
original. Okay,
Middle
still
school era.
not Johnny Tsunami. I'm gonna go with Double Team. Those twin basketball sisters.
Okay.
And they
okay.
would,
I remember
know.
that. Wasn't that one girl? She Lindsay Lohan did, didn't
No,
she?
it was two different
Was it
girls.
two?
Yep. And they actually don't look that much alike.
Oh, I think I remember that.
And their dad, they like moved to a new school, and they were like, one was a theater and one was a volleyball, or one was basketball. No, volleyball, but then they come to the new school and they play basketball because they're so tall.
And they're like double trouble. You know what was a good one? Luck of the Irish. Why?
That was a good one.
Johnny Tsunami's because Johnny Tsunami was so hot, and so was his grandpa.
And so was his grandpa.
His grandpa.
What
Let
was
me tell
that?
you something. I was
Let
like,
me tell you something.
when did Johnny Tsunami come out?
Had it been like 2000.
Okay, I can't type
3.
anything. Look at me. In my 1999. So I would have been 6
Had been 5.
when Johnny Tsunami came out. So
First
I was
sexual
probably
awakening.
watching it around like 6, 7, 8. You know, they still played it a lot. So definitely arousal at like 7 about Johnny Tsunami's grandpa. And I was like, what is this?
I don't think he's got cooties.
I don't know. Oh, cootie story, real quick. So when I was in kindergarten, like my parents always told me about cooties. Like, don't kiss boys or you'll get cooties, right? So when I was in kindergarten, I kissed a boy on the bus. I won't name him. And I had a cut on my thumb, and it got infected. And it got like a big blister on it from the infection. And it was the same day that I kissed that boy. And my mom was like, it's
Cooties.
a fucking cootie. I told you. And I lost my mind. So I was way more convinced than the average. It took a while before I was like, are cooties real? Like when everybody else was like, cooties aren't real. It's just because your parents don't want you to kiss boys. I was like, I had a fucking cootie. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. But I've lived and survived. I'm a cootie survivor. Okay? And they're real. And you should watch out is all I'm saying.
I'd really appreciate it if you stopped making jokes out of this.
Um,
Here's my ribbon.
I have like you wear like a blue ribbon for cooties.
Stay strong.
I just want to stand up for the people who have cooties. And I think we should refer to sexual transmitted diseases as cooties, and then they won't have such a stigma. Like, girl, that nigga gave me cooties. And I'd be like, bitch, gross. And
Gross. Sick.
ew.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with cooties. Cooties happen.
Cooties happen.
We're all grown here.
What's important is you take care of those cooties.
And if you got cooties, tell people. Don't be ashamed of your cooties. Be a little ashamed of your cooties. Like, get it together. If you got
Question how you
cooties,
got them. Move forward.
If you are a multiple cootie person, like, I need you to reel it in, okay? But I'm not here to judge your sexual business, but also
This is her judging your sexual
condoms.
business.
I'm just saying condoms, you know?
Condoms.
Condoms. Just do it.
What did you expect? Some condoms.
Alright, that's enough cootie talk.
From the beginning of Shoes. Remember that? Speaking of a little nostalgia.
Shoes.
Oh my god, shoes. Oh my god,
Oh my God.
shoes.
Shoes.
These shoes
Okay,
are
it's doing it again.
$300.
I have edges, guys.
These shoes are
my
$300. These shoes are $300. Let's get them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've not seen that video?
I remember, oh my god, shoes. But everything else you're saying, I don't. I have no recollection of it. So, every time his TV keeps getting louder because he turns it up because he thinks we're not paying attention. Nolan, turn the TV down. Mm-hmm. The volume is teleporting on my television right now, apparently. Those are things that 5-year-olds say when they're my 5-year-olds.
In love.
I love him so much.
He's the best.
He's a good kid.
But he knows what he's doing.
He's a sneaky little so-and-so. He's a little double.
He's a little sneaky.
Sneaky so-and-so. Son of a so-and-so.
Little sneaky snake.
Nice.
Favorite Disney cartoon?
Look at him. Where's his grandpa? I don't care about you, Johnny Tsunami. Grandpa.
Johnny Tsunami.
Uncle. Was it his uncle?
No, it was his grandpa.
It was his grandpa. Why did it say uncle? Now look
Rude.
at that. Johnny Tsunami grandpa. Let's see him. How's he looking today? Ugh. Look at that guy. Fuck yeah, grandpa.
I know. What is it?
I don't know what it is.
Is it because he's like a surfer dude?
I think it is. He's like,
Far out, bro.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Surf.
Ride the waves.
Reddit.
Not the troubles of
feel
your
like
friends.
You would just automatically assume that men that are like surfy or like, I feel like they're hippie dudes. You're just like, I bet he
knows what he's doing.
yeah. Motion in the ocean is what I'm getting at.
The flow.
He's got good techniques, swimming, strokes. It's all very
It's all there.
tied in there. So yeah, that's probably what it is. I don't know how I would have been aware of that at 8, but all I know is when I saw that grandpa, I was like, yes, ma'am,
Yes, sir.
yes sir, Johnny Tsunami's grandpa.
Johnny Tsunami.
Johnny, Max, stop playing. We're doing a show.
Sorry.
Oh my god, trying to give
Fave Disney.
Johnny Tsunami. What are we
No,
doing?
show, not movie.
Show?
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking kid show?
We're gonna talk.
Are we talking? I feel like all of it middle school years.
Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire, hands down.
That's So Raven for me.
I would cancel plans for Lizzie McGuire. I was invested. I liked her little cartoon girl.
I was
cool.
obsessed with Raven's humor.
I liked That's So Raven. I hated Chelsea. Did not like her for Raven.
They just made her dumber and dumber as the season.
Yeah, I was
Now, what
Chelsea.
is with that? Boy Meets World, they did the same thing with the older brother. He just gets worse and worse.
Stupid.
Yeah, and it's like, in the beginning of it, though, he wasn't. And he was, like, trying to get into school and stuff.
Was Boy Meets World dad hot?
Yeah.
He was hot, wasn't
Yeah. And I thought Corey was hot back then, but not now.
he? He's on a commercial.
He's on his own. They had their own show called Girl Meets World, and him and Topanga were the parents, and
Dumb.
then they had a daughter.
I wanted to
and it
name
was,
my
and it didn't
child
make it last.
Topanga for a very long time.
But now,
yeah, they're racist.
yeah,
Yeah.
Topanga. How do you grow up as one of the most free-loving, moving people on a TV show, and then in real life, racist? Like, none of that stuck with you a little bit? Like,
How dare you, Topanga?
Topanga.
Disappointed.
Feeny.
Sean was hot.
Sean was very hot.
Sean
And his
was hot.
girlfriend was hot,
Who's
too.
the kid?
Angela.
What's his name? The kid from Home Improvement. He was like the hot
He was,
kid.
yeah.
Who is that?
I just saw...
No, don't Google it. Think about it.
I don't know his name. But he was also in Jingle... No, he was in
everything.
I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yep.
Love that movie.
He was like
He was it.
Jason Michael Thomas. Isn't it
No,
something
but I
like
think it
that?
is 3 names.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Google it. See if I'm right.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Is that his name?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
What's he
look like now? Oh no. What a sad fall. Oh man. Guys.
Is that a Veep?
Sorry to hear about it, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Hey, it's a lot of childhood pressure, you know. You gotta fall off somewhere.
You were a good looking kid though. Who was your first black boy crushes? How old were you before you got a black boy crush? Mine was Lil Romeo.
I would have been, yeah.
I had a
I was gonna say that. I
first-
loved that show for him and him only.
I had like
And the crazy nanny.
I think it was like my first sex dream, but I was like 12, but then we just made out. But it was Lil
Romeo?
Romeo. And I was like, and we made out. And I remember waking up and being like, I made out with Lil Romeo last night in my dreams.
It's so
And they
weird.
loved it. And Bow Wow. I had a crush on Bow Wow.
And Bow Wow, yep.
I was really into Usher.
Usher, I had his album.
I had a wall of Usher clips that I used to cut out of Tiger Beat. Remember that magazine? And there was another one. Tiger Beat was one, and then they always had the big ass posters in it. There was another one, Teen something, Tiger Beat,
14
something.
teen
but I used to
something.
get all of those so I could get the posters, and then I'd put the posters. I had a whole wall that was just Usher on the inside of my closet. It was just a door, all Usher, and I had his Confessions album, and he was like
This is my confessions.
and I would go up to him and rub his abs.
She would put things behind the paper,
Yeah, so it would be like, I'd be like, oh my god, Usher.
Usher, stop.
Oh my god.
My mom's in the other room.
Trying to get
Quit.
dressed. I'm just trying to get clothes out of my closet.
Usher.
Flirting all the time.
Any man on the game, that show.
Oh, Derwin was my shit.
Oh my.
And then the dude that she dated after Derwin, the chocolate one.
The doctor.
Yes.
Yep,
He's in this movie called Adultery where... Sorry guys, I got really excited about it. He's in this movie called Adultery where his wife fucks another guy. So the other guy fucks his wife in front of him and makes him watch. And he's the fuck... not the fucker. So like, yeah, it's crazy. You should watch it. It's nuts. But yeah, he was hot. I didn't like the other one. Malik,
I did.
I didn't like him.
He's packing. You can just tell. You can tell.
You're really good at that.
I can't believe I said that out loud, but I did. So.
I'm really good at telling. Not me.
Um.
That was me mocking Max. I have no idea. I have no idea what you guys got going on down there.
Morgan and I, we watch TV. Morgan's my bestie at home, and we watch TV, and I'd be like, ooh, wow, he's hot. Look at this and this. And she'd be like, I don't even ever, like, when I'm watching a movie or watching TV, she doesn't pick those things out. Like, she's
What,
just,
junk?
yeah, she's just looking, like, head up, like, listening to what the person has to say.
I feel like that's just where my eyes go. Like,
I'm
I'm
like,
just like, oh.
I work my way up.
No, like on pictures, like when celebrities post pictures,
Yeah.
you're like, oh. Or. What a bummer. Remember that guy from Love Island? We were looking at his Instagram and it's just balls. He had a swimsuit on.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Very clearly through the pants, but you couldn't see any
The rest.
wiener. And I was like, where is it? And if I can see your balls this well, why can't I see
Anything else.
anything else? Which is concerning.
For
It's
you.
just, so, I hope you're doing okay, guy. Doesn't look like it, but, you know, prayers up for you.
Praying for you.
That was,
Ooh. Oh,
so, yeah. But,
who was your first, like, white boy crush?
Johnny Bravo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Johnny Bravo.
I liked him a lot. My
Lil
first,
Mama.
Oh my god.
Johnny?
Oh my god. He's here. Read his movie. My first actual Jonathan Taylor Thomas, probably. He was hot. I was into it. That was like Home Improvement, and my grandma used to watch that, and I was like, "Who's that?"
Who is
Grandma,
that?
who's that kid? Yeah,
Who's that kid?
he was hot, or like a Backstreet Boy or something. Probably, I don't know.
Aaron Carter, for me.
I almost went to an Aaron Carter concert. My mom was gonna give me tickets. She was just lying. She does that.
Jesse McCartney.
No, I was not into him.
Absolutely, yes.
He was like a whiny little bitch.
He's like, beautiful soul, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I love it. I was in my room, just like, beautiful soul. My mom's like, shut up.
So my mom said she was gonna get me tickets to an Aaron Carter concert, and she did not. And then the whole day that I was supposed to be at the concert, I played. So at my grandmother's house, in my bedroom, there was like a bay window. So I put the radio in the bay window, and I got up on the bay window. And I think it might have been raining. I might be imagining that, but I think it was raining. And I just blasted the Aaron Carter CD that I had really loud and sobbed.
And looked out the window.
I'm supposed to be at the concert right now. And it was You know, anything I could do to rile my mom up. I was like, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to fucking cry.
I would stand at the top of the stairs and just scream until someone noticed me. Ah! No one? Ah! Like, nothing. They caught on, so I would just get tired of it and then come downstairs and be like, I'm sorry.
You guys, I'm just sorry for my behavior, and I love you.
I understand that we don't have to watch Disney Channel all day.
Just really wanted to watch That's So Raven, but if we're not going to do it, it's fine.
We used to have to watch Dukes of Hazzard because Eric and Spencer outnumbered me.
I'm sorry.
I lived a rough life.
I know.
I did.
Sorry.
I'm very blessed.
I was an only child until I was 13, so I didn't have to share anything ever. And then by the time he came around, I was already old enough to do my own shit. So I didn't have to go through that. So
It was kind of cool, like starting to hang out with Sydney, and her little brother would always be at the house. So
he's like 6.
and he was like a little brother to me, regardless if he thinks that or not.
And now he's 16.
Now he's 16. Sick.
And he's tall.
Yeah, he's almost as tall.
He's like 6 foot, and he was size 13.
He's full grown.
He's a huge kid, and it's
Sad.
sad.
But proud of him.
Shout out Aries. Love
Proud of you.
Love you, kiddo. You're doing great.
Keep an eye out in the NFL rosters.
Yeah, he's good at sports. Go sports.
I love spurts.
Next is a sprint.
It's nothing better than just seeing a basketball go through that end zone.
You know, home runs.
Home runs on the golf course.
All up and down the arena.
Mm-hmm.
It's our favorite thing. So
You won't catch me double dribbling a pigskin.
Matt Mahomes.
Matt Mahomes. This girl, we go thrift shopping. She goes, yeah.
Don't blame me. That was Liz's fault.
No, she goes,
Okay.
I found this denim, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm not into sports. And she's like,
It had a Redskins.
yeah, like,
No, not Redskins. What's the Indian
Chiefs.
baseball? Chiefs? No.
Nope,
That's
see?
Kansas City Chiefs. Which is why you got Matt Mahomes.
which is why I looked up the wrong.
Which is really
everything.
Patrick Mahomes.
Which is really Patrick Mahomes. So I'm wearing this.
Whatever's the logo with the red Indian, it's a baseball team, I think. He had a denim shirt with that logo.
I took the logo off now.
He was concerned about it because he said, I don't like sports. I don't know this. So what if somebody approaches me
And it was
says,
inappropriate.
I don't know, or I don't have anything to say back. So he went to a party. He wore it, and he asked a friend, "Hey, who's
Who
this
is
again?"
this?
Because I'm going to this party, and I don't want to sound stupid if somebody asks me. So she told him, Kansas City Chiefs, quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs.
So I Googled it and found Patrick Mahomes, and then went to the party, and then someone's like, dude, that shirt is sweet. Where did you get it? And I was like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I love Matt Mahomes.
Who's Matt Mahomes?
Who's Matt Mahomes? And he looked at me like,
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Mahomes. He can
No,
say that.
I'm gay. Yeah, I can say that. We'll put that on the table right now before I get attacked.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Matt Mahomes,
Is a fictional person.
not real. And if you are real, Matt, what up?
Hey.
Hit my line.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matthew.
Also, yeah, if anyone wants to date Max, put in an application.
Only if you don't need a completely emotionally attached person, because I will be here and there.
So we're looking for
Mentally, physically.
someone between the age of 26 and 35.
Yep.
Preferably,
I'm 27.
yep.
Look at us setting up my Tinder account right here.
Wealthy is the ideal situation.
It's ideal.
You need to be.
But personality can trump wealth.
It can, but we're mostly looking for wealth. You cannot have any children. You have to be open.
You could have one kid.
One kid, and that's it. If you have more than one, you can pick the best one
And only
bring
present that one
to
to
the
me.
table. If you are looking for someone to lavish, expensive gifts and vacations on, he's 100% open to that.
I'm your guy. If you want super mediocre jokes and 2 cats, I'm your guy.
Yeah. We would also like you to have blue eyes, preferably. You need to be short and stocky
Or taller.
super tall.
Super tall.
He's 6'4", so you need to be like 6'8", so he can be the little spoon. Because
or like 5'2" and
he's
jacked.
fine. Yeah, so Max is here. He's queer and he's ready to date, but he also has no time for you. So don't be clingy.
Yeah.
Cause gross.
Truth.
What are the last 5 things you Googled?
And you gotta live in Michigan.
Mine are Johnny Tsunami's grandpa, Megan Good, Lamborghinis, Max, Season 1, Love Island, UK, and Canto Casita.
Mine are controversial topics, podcast topics, funny topics to talk about with your friends, cookie store near me, Spider-Man No Way Home,
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. So earlier we were talking about more adult things on this show. So I was scrolling through Twitter last night while I was trying to go to bed, and which is super productive. If anyone else knows, the best way to fall asleep is to get on the internet and stare at your phone. So do that. But
For a few more hours.
I don't know. For me, like, I feel like all of my friends are still on Twitter. I know a lot of people aren't on Twitter, but Twitter is like the only platform that's just like still fully porny. Like, if you're on Twitter past 1 a.m., like, there's porn on it. Like, you're gonna see it. So I say that to say I'm scrolling through my Twitter and there was a porn on there. It was like a piece of porn. And I did not watch it, guy. I did watch it, but I was like scrolling and I was like, porn, and I watched it. But the clip was like a very short clip. It was funny, but it was a clip of this dude just in this girl's eye. Like, he was above her and he was like, raw, and it was like right in her eyeball. And I was like, sir, I would be so upset. Like, look, we're not going to get into it, but...
Can't you get, like, pink eye from that? Like a bacteria?
No, it's really good for your face.
Oh.
Like,
That's what I've heard.
It's what I've heard. Skincare-wise. So I don't know if you'd get pink eye. Maybe if he eats bad. Like, it depends on his diet. So...
Which is crazy. That diet can change.
It's not crazy. And also, men, stay out of women's business, because 9 times out of 10, if her panties look funny, it's because your dick is gross. So... I see way too many men on Twitter talking about what's going on in women's underwear. If your girl's got an underwear situation, it's because you don't wash your dick. So wash your dick and get out of her.
I don't think men understand that they can literally change.
We have a whole chemical system going on down
Right.
there. There's pH levels. There's a balance that needs to stay at a certain place for her to be functioning at her highest performance level. And it's a lot of y'all pulling in that garage with hoopties and flat tires and a whole bunch of other bullshit going on, and then you talking about why the garage crazy. The garage is crazy because your bullshit vehicle is in here, okay? You pull a Lamborghini in this bitch, we're gonna be good. So worry about you, sir, is my message. But back to the Twitter porn, I would be like, nigga, and the girl just laughed, and it was kind of funny. Like, I'd like to think in that situation, I'd
He's
be
a
like,
part of the inside joke.
yeah, like, because like I'm married, so like if that happened to me, I'd be like, nigga. But I was like, would I have chuckled? Probably not. I probably wouldn't chuckle. I'd be like, bitch, really? Nigga, really? Come on. I'd be pissed, I think.
Give me a towel.
I'd be like,
Rolling one eye only. Just, bitch.
I'd be like, you play too much.
You play too much.
Go get a fucking thing. Yeah, but I just thought it was funny that she chuckled, and it was kind of a funny thread, and yeah. But yeah, don't splooge in your girl's eye on purpose. Unless she's with it and thinks it's funny, then do whatever you want. But I just thought that was funny. Twitter porn.
Yeah, they got rid of Tumblr because of the...
Porn?
Yeah, but Twitter stayed strong.
Well, Instagram has porn, but it goes away. Like, they catch it. Like, if you do a porn on Instagram, you put one on there, then they're like... But it might be up there for like 30 minutes before they get it.
But, yeah, but Twitter's
like, post it.
Like, there's like...
live chat things.
There's like sexual content on TikTok, but it's like not exposed. It's like, here's my full erect penis inside my gym shorts. Like, you're not actually seeing it, but you are seeing it. And then they'll be like, check my links and go to my Twitter. And that's where you go to the Twitter, and then it's just like pages of ween.
pages of ween exist on Twitter. Guys.
It's crazy.
I'm not saying I look for them or anything. I'm just saying they happen. They're pop
there.
up. Twitter after dark is wild. Especially if you've been on Twitter since, like, I got on Twitter in 2010.
Or if you have friends that will post, they'll retweet or favorite something. Yeah. And I'm always like, do you realize that you favorite that? Everybody can see that you favorited that.
So many dudes on Twitter that like gross stuff, and then it'll pop up on my feed and be like, so and so like this, and I'm like, you nasty motherfucker.
Exactly. Like, you can see it. It tells us, hey, so and so. Yeah.
Remember when Instagram did that? When Instagram would show you what other people were liking.
Yes.
And they took that away.
Glad that's over with, especially because I was very closeted. And
like they're all just like,
I'm like
buff dudes.
Right, you
92.
go to my activity page or whatever, and it's literally just shirtless men.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
Zac Efron. Everywhere.
Zac Efron, perfect, short, stubby.
Short, stubby. Yeah, if you look like Zac Efron, Max will definitely date you.
I would.
I would. That's the requirement. Or if you're a silver fox, I want you to date an older guy. Like, I feel like you could do it's
gotta be younger than my dad.
How old's your dad?
My dad is 62.
Oh, I was gonna say like 55. I see you with like a hot.
Nope, that'd be older than my mom.
55.
No, I'm 54.
So your mom loves you, and so would your man.
Yeah, but like she would be able to say, you know what? That's
Remember
hard
Jimmy
though. Is that when they get older, it's 20 years ahead of me to pass.
That's what Viagra's for.
To pass away before me. Then I'm alone for 20 years.
No, you're not. You have cats.
I got cats. And Sydney says to me, 3 more sets of cats and you'll be dead.
Yeah. Because they live for like 13 years. So even if you never find love, all you need is 3 sets of cats. And
you're
then you're dead.
And then you're done. 3 to 4 sets. And then you're good.
And that's why old widow ladies always have cats. Because it's like, look, I get 1 cat, he rides it out with me for the rest of this, and then we're good.
And then we're out. Right. We're out this bitch.
That's all you need.
That's
Just
my
get
goal.
A cat. If you're lonely, get a cat. And then if that one dies, get another one, and then be like, all right, 1 more. How old am I? One more cat, and then you go.
And then you go.
And then you have a friend, and you have like a cat for each. You could be like, this was my. I'm
gonna get my cats taxidermied.
Years.
Put them on a bookshelf.
You
in my
better
living room.
Not. You're joking.
Yes,
okay.
absolutely
like,
joking.
We're not doing that.
Stevie, come here. Stevie, please come here. Stevie, no. I'd be a mess if I had to look at my taxidermy cats all the time.
Every day. Okay, how long have you had Stevie and Moira?
I've had about 2.5 years.
Okay, every day. Max and I FaceTime every day. We don't live in the same area, so we FaceTime almost every morning. And every day, at least one time while we're on FaceTime, he panics about where his cats are, and they're in the same place they're always at. Like, he's always like I've had to talk him down from his cat being in a tree multiple times. Like, she's a cat. She knows how to get in the tree. She knows how to get out of the tree.
And she gets down every time.
She's going to be just fine. And he's like...
But what if he doesn't?
It's ridiculous.
I got them at the beginning of COVID and lockdown and stuff. So
been...
everybody's like, oh, those poor cats have been with you all the time. They're probably confused when you leave. No, it's me that's confused when I leave. Like, where are my cats? Where are my babies?
Doesn't know what to do with
them. And I got Stevie, and then I got Moira a few months later, and she was just a little kitten still. Like, still had to eat wet food because dry food was too much for her. So Stevie just became big sis, and so they have such a wonderful bond, and I'm obsessed with every second of them, and I could talk about a whole podcast just about my cats. I really could. They're my prides, my joys, my lives, my highs, my lows.
My ups, my downs.
Because sometimes they bring live mice into my house.
I thought they were moles.
Moles.
Yeah. That happens frequently also on the phone. He'll be like, good, what is that? And then he's off getting the rodent out of his home. So that's fun.
Keeps me young.
Keeps me going. So yeah, dogs are better than cats. That's all we got to talk about. That's the end of this episode. And hopefully you guys come back next week and watch us talk about some more ridiculous things.
Yes.
Because that's what we're here to do.
Thank you for hanging out with us. So we will see you soon.
Bye.